Let's see if James, a Liverpool fan, can help you out. Good evening, James.
Good evening.
Evening. Hello.
Hello, good evening, James. What do you think about this performance and how Gareth Southgate approached the match?
I think it was poor. I think it was absolutely awful. All this nonsense about is this a wake-up call? This isn't a wake-up call, lads. Like, this has been ongoing since he's come in. You know, Southgate is the wrong person to appoint for this. He's a yes man. This all comes down to the English FA, right? They're not interested in winning trophies. They're not interested in winning anything. They've got a yes man who will say yes to anything and will just keep all the back staff happy. That's the problem. So what you've got is someone that's in there who, in my opinion, and seems like everyone else's opinion, comes in and plays a formation at which doesn't work, right? And then when you speak to people about it, they go, "Oh, he's just testing the water. He's just trying things out." But he's had 2 tournaments already. UEFA keep chucking games at us, which, by the way, I feel sorry for the pro footballers at the moment, because there's game after game after game, and like you guys said, it's tiring. You can't expect these players, like you said, Gabby. These people don't want to be there.
Why are you going so easy? You're going easy on the players, but you're being hard on Gareth Southgate. Either the players are tired and it was difficult for them to lift their performance, or it's on the manager.
I think it's a bit of both. That's the problem. I think it's a bit of both. These players are tired, but these players are good enough to win something. This is the best team that probably England has ever seen.
Who do you think? I'm not even. I mean, you don't even necessarily have to give me a name, but what type of manager is out there that you think would have got England further than the semi-finals at the last World Cup and the final of Euro 2020? What more really could Gareth Southgate have done?
So this is where controversially it comes in, but Southgate rode his luck these last couple of tournaments. It's negative, right? And yeah, we all celebrated and we got to this, and like you said, semi-final, final. But did we actually show any sort of decent display? We got results, and it's a results business, I guess, when you look at it from that point of view, right? And you talk about what managers would you bring in. To be honest, no one, I know it sounds awful, but not a lot of people are interested in international football when it comes to brilliant managers. You look at club football now. You've got Guardiola, you've got Klopp, you've got even Mourinho still, Conte at Spurs. These managers obviously want club football because it's throughout the season, obviously. But when you talk about international managers coming in and having a reign as such, or having a decent side for a couple of years and winning something, I'll be honest with you, I haven't really got an alternative. It'd be nice to see maybe, I know Eddie Howe's at Newcastle now, but it'd be nice to see Howe maybe.
So that's why I maybe asked you about the philosophy. Is that the sort of philosophy that you want then? Eddie Howe, players pouring forward in attacking fashion, maybe not. And I know Newcastle had a decent defence, particularly this year after the January transfer window, but generally speaking, defence at Bournemouth definitely wasn't, I think, what Eddie Howe was famed for. Is all about fluent attacking football. Do you believe that a manager like Howe, even if it wasn't him, would be doing a better job?
100%. You could give, I just thought of something, right, you may laugh, but you could give Bielsa this side, right? Okay, he might not have got where Southgate is, I get it, right? And it's controversial, I know. But if you gave Bielsa this side, do you know how much fun and the amount of goals that we'd score? We'd outscore opponents.
Gabby,
and I'm not saying that has to be it, but
I want to know what Gabby thinks about this. I need to know what Gabby thinks about this. Gabby, your favourite manager, Marcelo Bielsa, possibly in an England dugout in the future. How would you feel?
Listen, Bielsa's football with the right team and the right quality defenders, it'll be unbelievable. But England haven't got the defenders to be able to be left one-on-one. Imagine Stones and Maguire left 1v1 versus Neymar and Vinicius. It's not possible, so I don't think it's an option for England because they don't have the pace at centre-half.
And I completely agree with you with them 2 players that you've just named. But I don't, and I know Stones won the Premier League this season, which pains me as a Liverpool fan. Right? and he probably does deserve to be there. But then players you just think, don't even ask me about Maguire. That pick is still beyond me. But when you talk about pace, we got Tomori. Mm-hmm. Tomori. Why isn't? It's also the pick of today, lads. Why isn't Tomori starting? Why? If he's on about experimenting or he's doing this with the Nation League, getting ready for the World Cup, yeah. Mm-hmm. Why is he not starting Tomori? He did the right thing, I guess, starting Bowen. Bowen, like you said earlier, Bowen was our best player because it was his debut. He actually showed some spirit out there.
Yeah. Can I just say, though, quickly, do you remember the Euros, how many times Kyle Walker, from the right side, right back, sprinted and covered left side centre-half and sweeped up? I remember 3 incidents when he done that. And he shouldn't have to do that, He shouldn't have to at right back. He was playing like a sweeper. I think it was Havertz that ran through Werner, and he come out of nowhere like Speedy Gonzalez and like cleared up as a sweeper. Like, he shouldn't have to do that because we don't have the pace at centre-half. If you had a Rio Ferdinand, Company, Van Dijk with speed at centre-half, maybe Southgate would be more likely to play 4-3-3. So he's scared of the lack of pace.
So without that speed, though, do you agree that we need to play the wing-back system? Because we don't have that speed unless you're going to replace these 2 players.
Like I said, you just spoke about Tomori there. I'd go for my quicker centre-halves. Tyrone Mings, very, very quick. Tomori, very, very quick. Gomez, very, very quick. I'd go for more pace at the back.
There's pace,
and that's why Kyle Walker has to play.
That's
why we play a 4. Kyle Walker has to play right back in a 4. He has to. He's not even an option. There's no chance Reece James or Trent Arnold play right back in a 4. No way.
And we'll come to more of your calls next. James, thank you very much. Interesting chat.